Good evening. Happy Sunday. Thank you for joining us tonight. We'll get started here in just a minute. Okay. Appreciate everyone being here early. Some good chat going on before the stream went live, so thank you for that. And I caught the last little bit of Frank's video. He's got Rob on over there, and I guess they're talking about the FRAM2 satellite that recently went up. And I don't know. I haven't really been keeping up with that. I talked to those guys. I talked to the AMSAT and the ARIS guys briefly at Hamcation in February. So I know what the FRAM2 is. I know what they're doing with it. They're going to do an SSTV thing upcoming, I think, if that hadn't passed yet. I don't remember. I don't remember if that's passed yet or I don't remember. I don't remember what the dates on it are, but it should be a pretty cool effort for amateur radio in space, amateur radio satellites. So if you are into that sort of thing, I would suggest going and checking that out. Frank's got several videos on it, and it's pretty cool to see what it's doing. I need to try to get some SSTV stuff going here. I've got SSTV installed back here. I did some listening a couple weeks ago, and SSTV is done. That's why. Okay, yeah. I knew they were doing an after-action report, but I don't know. I haven't been, like I said, I haven't been keeping up with it. Glenn, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you being here tonight, buddy. Let's see. The ISS has SSTV now. Yeah, and that's going to be a permanent thing. The ISS having SSTV is going to be a permanent thing, which I was hearing about that as well. So, good deal. Thanks, guys, for being here. Appreciate everyone's willingness to spend your Sunday night with me. So, Frank, I assume he's going to join here in a minute. But until he gets here, you see that? See that camera? That camera freaks out sometimes. These Sonys have really fast focusing, but man, I don't know. I'm not convinced I like it better than my Canon. I might be going back to Canon soon. We'll see. But, okay, so first of all, I want a couple of quick things real fast before we get started here. I am working on, I'm leading the effort. I got a developer working for me and making some major updates to my website, shop.hamradio2.com or grapevineamateurradio.com. This is not finished yet. We're not finished with this yet. So let me make that a bit smaller. T-shirts and whatnot. Got a new T-shirt here, Hamfest 2025, Hamcation, Hamvention, Huntsville, and more. Right there, that went live today. Frank's new T-shirt is there as well. His Blackout Tank Radio T-shirt, that's all there. But there, you might see some hiccups. It might come down for a little bit overnight. It might go back up again. But there are updates being made to this site right now, and I'm putting some new stuff on here, and I'm redesigning it and restructuring it and whatnot. So check that out over there, grapevineamateurradio.com. That's where that is. And appreciate you guys following me over there. Also, the coffee site is up and running, as I've mentioned in the giveaways. hamradiooverland.coffee is that URL. You can these are monthly subscriptions that you can sign up for. DXpedition Brew, Early Shift, Rare Grid, and a Texas blend they've got over there. So those are going right now as well. Wanted to mention that. I've actually got a couple other flavors of coffee I'm working on too, because that seems to be a popular thing right now. And although I don't drink a lot of coffee myself when the weather's hot and the weather's starting to get hot, I don't know. I drank some coffee last week, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll just start drinking coffee more often. Maybe we'll do a coffee, see how kind of what kind of coffee we're drinking on live streams at night. I don't know. But that is all out there. And I know that people were asking after the live stream last week, and this is something that I wanted to mention last week, but I had Brandon from BattleBox on last week. That was a very fun live stream. We've traded a couple emails since last week, and he's already been like, dude, let me know when you want to do it again. I'm totally down. I mean, he's really excited, which is cool. It was really cool. Looking forward to catching up with him next year in Orlando. But until then, we're going to do some live. We don't have anything planned right now. We're like, hey, yeah, let's do some more stuff together. Cool. We don't know what it's going to be yet. But Ham Radio Happy Hour this coming Friday. I haven't done this in a couple of months, and I want to get back to it, and we're going to do one in Dayton on the couple days before Dayton next month in May, and then I'll probably do one around Memorial Day as well. So I wanted to get one in for April. So next Friday, Good Friday, 2 days before Easter, Ham Radio Happy Hour. I don't know who's going to be. I've talked to a couple people who are available. And hopefully Brandon from BattleBots will be able to join us on that. He expressed interest in wanting to join us on the next happy hour, so hopefully that will happen there. And we'll be able to talk to him a little bit more often than that. So there's Frank. And where is... Hold on a second. I got to make sure... Zoom meeting. There we go. Right here... Oh, that's why that was like that. Okay. I just want to make sure that the size is correct on that. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. Not much.
Oh, hold on a second. I got you on the wrong speaker. Because we had that More Expo thing the other night, so I turned it on. Okay, now go.
What is up, man?
There you go.
There it is.
There you go.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. I had a great weekend. I kind of took the weekend off from ham radio and relaxed. However, that being said, Friday morning I did film the complete unpacking of my new satellite kit, and it is complete and working, fully functional, unlike Jason's camera freaking out.
I know it. Yeah, that's what I get for using a Sony. I got to go back to Canon.
Well, didn't your Canon was having the battery issues?
No, it was I've got like 4 Canon cameras, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So one of them was having it was rebooting itself for no reason. And that's actually my newest one, sadly.
Jeez.
But so yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking at getting some new cameras. I'm still doing it cheap-ish. A couple new cameras around.
Mm-hmm.
And a mic, and the mic is I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the mic. I'm thinking a shotgun mic because I hate personally having the mic right here as we're talking, and half my mouth is either covered or partially, or it's just right there. So I was thinking about a shotgun mic and maybe something I can use when I am out in the field and double that. That'd be kind of cool. I don't know, but that's thoughts for later. I was talking about the satellite kit, which I did just get done finishing showing on the live stream and the video coming up later this month about breaking this down. It's working, Jason. It's working.
Good.
Haven't
Excellent.
made a contact yet, but
good. Well, well, still good.
I need time. I tried to do it, but it was just the timings for the satellite passes didn't work out. And okay, this is how I'm going to say this.
All right, say it.
This weekend I played Nerd. My Nerd card came out. I went to the Scarborough Fair, the Renaissance Festival. However, to double down,
I think you told me. I think you told me you were going to do that.
To double down on this,
I
had my HT. I had my HT on 5.2. And
did you make contact with anyone at the Renaissance Fair?
I called CQ like in the parking lot, and a couple of times we were resting. However, one time I was sitting in the bookshop and it was quiet, and people were looking at books, and I'm trying to be quiet, and I hear, I forgot the call sign, KG, da 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 da. It's like, no way. And I pulled it out. I was like, KG5AHJ, what's going on? I'm over at the Renaissance Festival. I'm dressed up in garb and talking on a radio. I don't think you get any nerdier than this. And
that's about it.
the female repellent is very active right now. What's up, man?
No doubt. No doubt.
He was also there at the festival and broke away from his family to want to go to the car and play radio for a bit. And we had a fun QSO when I was inside and at that book. Out of all the places that everyone's trying to be quiet and read, and I'm there yelling at the radio being me.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Well,
perfect.
There you go. Good. Well, I'm glad you had fun.
I guess I should have wrote down the contact and submitted my name for your Simplex giveaway.
Yeah. So I got to. So I was saying a second ago. I know that people were talking about. I kind of got distracted. I know that people were talking about the repeater challenge. So March is the last month of the repeater challenge, and I didn't announce the winner last weekend. So I have a winner, and it is KE8 ODY Chris. And if we look over here, he says he titled his email to me, Repeater Challenge List. I put in some work, and he had quite a few things almost every day going down here. 2 meter for 40. All of these no contacts that day. That's okay. A net that he had 42 check-ins he was a part of. And he got on 323 and activated Spruce Knob on 147.285 on a machine and spoke with some guys that had talk-in great. Well, I activated Spruce Knob. Okay. I guess not POTA. You can't activate POTA on a repeater, but you went to Spruce Knob in West Virginia and got on the repeater, so that's good. It is a repeater challenge, so that's great. So Chris, once again, KE8 ODY, repeater challenge for March of 2025, and that's probably going to do it. I think I'm going to shut the repeater challenge down simply because I would like to keep it going. And oh yeah, there he is.
Yep.
KE8 ODY Hamdad. There he is, right there.
Nice.
Yeah, congrats, dude. I'd like to keep the repeater challenge going, but I can't do it in the HF giveaways that I'm doing at the same time because of financial reasons. So maybe we'll spin that back up again later. Maybe, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But that's it. Yeah. So I got a couple emails this week saying, "Is it still going for April?" And the answer is no. No, I'm not going to do it for April. Again, I might do it a little bit later on. But I haven't decided 100% on that yet. So thank you to everybody who participated. Still go out and key up your repeaters every day. You don't have to worry about winning a radio from me or anybody else, but still go out and key up your repeaters every day.
Which is sad.
Trying
Dallas
to do that
has
myself.
Some of the most active repeaters around, but recently they just been going quiet. I've been getting on and listening to the radio more and more in the mornings, and it's just, where are y'all? Where did they go?
Yeah. Well, I had a good conversation with someone on the Roston 2-meter repeater the other day, coming back from the hunting lease. I tried the WFARC repeater out there that Rob monitors, and but I think it was during the day when he was probably at his office, so I'm assuming that he wasn't monitoring from his office. But I try to key up that repeater every time I drive north. But I did have a good conversation on the Roston repeater, which is a very far-reaching repeater.
Oh, I kind of want to blame COVID on this one. COVID did open up a lot of doors for amateur radio, but I think it's killed the commute and drive time talking groups.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's what I want to blame on COVID, because before COVID, there was healthy talk groups on amateur radio repeaters in the Dallas area. There were a number of them, always guys going. And since then, I'm like, where are y'all?
Yeah.
I miss the fun.
Ed AC3IK asks, is the missus celebrating on Tuesday now that busy season is over? LOL. Actually, that's a common misconception. Because she is a corporate CPA, and corporations don't have the April 15th deadline. She doesn't do personal taxes. So the April 15th deadline for her job is basically irrelevant. She does our taxes. And she does my business taxes, and that sometimes can be a challenge. But her job has nothing to do with April 15th at all. Plus, she doesn't really do tax work. She does like-kind exchange work. She does a specialty thing, and their busy season is actually January and February. So she's past that busy season. But yeah, the April 15th deadline doesn't really mean anything to her. So, but she gets asked that question every year. So, are you going to take a break? And she's like, no, my busy season ended two months ago, but it'll start up again in like April or like May or something. I don't know.
She's doing. There's the quarterlies.
Yeah, right. Yeah, there's the quarterly stuff for corporations and all that kind of stuff. But whatever. But that's
I
where
like what Izzo said.
What I saw him in the chat. What'd he say?
He said, "I got my Tank Radio shirt and it looks great." And
good. Okay.
And what he's talking about is the Tank Radio shirt right there. Wham!
Yeah.
The blackout over at Grapevine Amateur Radio.
I showed that. Did you catch the redesign on my website? I showed that before you jumped on.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's not done yet. It's currently, I actually hired a Shopify editor, and I'm paying her to do, I told her what I wanted, and she's made some changes, and I really like the changes she's made, and it's a work in progress. So it might go down for a few hours tonight or tomorrow sometime, but there's been some major updates to it, but it's not done yet. So we're going to be with that.
Beautiful. Soon. As long as they order the blackout T-shirts of Tank Radio, I'm happy.
Right. I figured you would be. All right, the matter at hand that we're going to do tonight, I'm going to start this build tonight, and Freddie Mac and I were on Zoom 2 days this week, putting together a brand new all-star node that I'm going to use in the truck mobile. And we had some trouble with it, and it ended up taking us 2 or 3 or 4 hours to put everything together. And I made the comment one time, I was like, thank God we're not on a live stream. He's like, man, that's no doubt, man, because we'd struggle with a couple of things. But that's just the nature of live streaming. But tonight, I'm going to start this build. This is called a DX FT8, and I haven't seen Ed in the chat tonight, but Ed, Into XDD, shout out to him. He told me about this kit when we were at HamSci last month. And he's like, have you seen this kit? And I don't know how old or new it is. I think it's fairly new. But it is a kit that you put together and apparently there's 2 versions of it. And I got the 7-band. There's a 5-band and a 7-band. And after doing a little bit of digging and sending a couple of messages in the group, there are no build instructions specifically for the 7-band, but there are for the 5-band. So that's what we're going to follow tonight. And you have to, and it's only like $40 for this kit. Okay, so I will share this link in the chat. You guys can go join this groups.io if you want to, and you can learn more about it. And I don't want to share this guy's. You got to email a guy, and he'll send you a PayPal link, and that's how you buy the kit. And his name is you guys might recognize this guy, Keys Talon, K5BCQ. K5BCQ Keys, Kees. He's the one who is in charge of putting the kits together and taking the payment and shipping them out. They're designed by Barb, WB2CBA, and Charles, W5BAA. But for some reason, Keys is he's the guy who takes all the orders and ships them to you. He's actually in Texas, believe it or not. So, But that's what we're building. And I always thought it'd be cool to have a kit that you have a little QRP radio you can throw in your pack when you maybe travel on an airplane, can't take a big antenna with you, get a pack antenna, get a small QRP radio like this. And if you do FT8 or if you do CW, great. But if you don't, this might be a great thing for you because it's just FT8 only. Ed, no 6 meters. So the 5-band kit. Let me see. I've got a Let me find my screen here. So the 5-band kit is let's see, 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20, I think. And then I've got a few pages here. So here's a picture of the board from the 5-band kit. And it is no, I'm sorry, this is the 7-band kit. This is a 7-band kit board. So this incorporates 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30, and 40.
Which one do you have again?
I have the 7. This is the one that I have. This is the one that I have right here.
That's a good spread on bands.
Right, exactly. Yeah. 30 meters is great because it's CW only, but you can do digital, so you can do FT8 on 30 meters all day long if you want to. Mm-hmm. And 30, 17, and 12 are work bands, so if you get out there and get you want to do some activating or operating during a contest weekend and you don't want to play the contest, you can get on 17 or 30 meter FT8 and you can still do some stuff. So I believe the 5 band, I had there's a picture in here somewhere. There's a lot of information in here, which is good. It's almost information overload, but I'm pretty sure that in a good way.
So
I'm pretty sure
watts it does again.
You know what? I don't even know. I think it's like between 2 and 5. It's a QRP radio. It's
QRP can mean anything under 10.
Correct. Yeah, that's true. But it'll QRP actually the definition of QRP means turn your power down or are you running low power. Mm-hmm. It's actually not a number. I don't like it when people say, well, if it's over 5, it's not QRP. Yes, it is. If it's 1,499 watts or less, then it's QRP technically. So, I mean, that's the T-shirt I read at Dayton. Now, I really, really want to make one of those myself because it's true. But yeah, QRP just means low power. There's not actually a number assigned to it in the strictest definition of the Q code.
It says no. It is a milliwatt radio.
It might be a milliwatt. I haven't read through all the files here. It might be a milliwatt radio. I don't remember. There's a lot. The stuff that I read didn't have a power output, and I don't really care because FT8 is a low noise mode. It's not a low power mode. You want to run 500, 1,000 watts on FT8, you can certainly do that. There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't burn up your transformer. But it's a low noise mode, so it's easier to operate on low power than say sideband is. So anyway. But I'm pretty sure that the 5-band kit, which you can still get as well, just does not include 30 and 40 meters. I think it's 10, 12, 15, 17, and 20. Now, in my typical way I do things here, I ordered 2 of these kits. I have a second one. And you have to order the kit, and then you have to order this board. Well, no, the instructions. Yeah, you have to order this board from either Mauser or DigiKey, called this STM32 board with the Ethernet port on it and whatnot. And I've ordered this board, but I don't have this board yet, so we can't complete the build tonight.
That looks a screen on it also.
Yeah. This is the screen. Yeah, this is the screen board here that you will see, because you can see right here that run right there. That's what it looks like when it's all done and up and running and whatnot. And in typical fashion, the way that I do things, I ordered these, I got them in, paid for them, got them in. I was like, okay, I'm going to put these together, and only 7-band is shipping. Thanks, Jerry. I didn't know that, but okay. But as soon as I got these 2 boards in, they announced a new version. So he's got a new version that he's taking orders for, haven't started to ship yet, that will have its own LiFePO4 battery and BMS built in it. So you'll be able to just plug it in the wall. It'll charge the battery, stop charging when it's done, and then so it's got its own battery charger and BMS in it. So I ordered one of those. Key sent out an email, and he's like, hey, got this new one, LiPo4 battery. I don't know how big of a battery. I assume it's pretty small. LiPo4 battery with a BMS. I think the price on this board was like $40. And I said, yeah, go ahead and send me one of those when you're done with it. Or he goes, reply back to this email. Let me know if you want to be put on the list. So I did, and I said, put me on the list. And I don't have any further information on that right now, but that is what is going on with that. So I'm going to turn my camera on over there, and here is the kit. I don't want to solder it on this thing. So here's the kit. Here's the board that we have here, and it comes with this stuff here. Comes with these. Comes with this. No, there's not that much to it, really. I suspect
that's just a pain in the butt.
Yeah, these are a pain. This actually comes as one piece. It's a 40-pin, whatever you call it, the riser pin card or whatever you call this thing, and you break it off into like 4 pieces: a 6-piece, 2 8-pieces, and a 10-piece. and it's got these little notches in here. It's just easy to kind of. Actually, this one was broken when I got it. I'm like, wait a minute, that's already broken. So I hope that's right. The second one that I got, I told you I bought 2 of them. The second one I got is a whole piece that's the full 40 pins. So I hope this broke in the right place. I don't know.
But everyone's asking, is the build complete? No, we're about to do it live.
No, we're about to start this build live. Mm-hmm.
And we're going to see if this is a weekend or a live stream build.
Right. Yeah, totally. So these are the risers here. You put the board I'm going to build now, you put it on the bottom. You put the second board from Mauser or DigiKey on top, in the middle, and then you put this little guy on top here. This is the bottom piece of it. Mm-hmm. So it comes with all this stuff. It comes with the case and whatnot, and the risers in it, and a little battery port for a CR. I think it's a CR 2032, and then power cable, that kind of thing. So this is not a hard build at all. And I looked at it, I'm like, oh, even I can do that. So that's why I chose it. So
that battery is just for the CMOS, and it's not
correct
to power it.
That's correct.
Just
yes,
that
is
out.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. That is correct. So, yeah, I'm gonna turn this thing back on manual focus. I don't like the way it's doing that. So, okay, not tonight, but eventually.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what we're gonna start tonight, and I will get as soon as I get again. I've ordered these Mauser boards over here. And I guess they take, I don't know. It says can ship immediately, but I haven't gotten mine yet. Actually, it might be at the mailbox waiting for me. I don't know yet. But these are about $57.50. So all in, you're gonna look at about $100 to build this thing. All the stuff to build this thing, but not. Yeah. So pretty cool kit, I think. And later, John. Got to get horizontal. Long day tomorrow. 73. That's good. I like that.
The other comment, I love this. Is this a Ham Nuggets episode? No. Wait, he's following the instructions. Never mind.
Ah, yes. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. These are cool. These
Ooh, where'd you get that?
CountyCom. I've got this one. I've got an orange one, I've got a green one and a gray one. These are really cool plastic. What does that say? Viewfinder inactive.
Yeah, viewfinder inactive. Push anything.
Okay. So yeah, that's something else I did. So okay. So chalk this up to a boneheaded move. I took that camera to Hamside to record the Hamside conference, and it had my battery eliminator in it. And I'm like, oh, I got to keep that. And I put it somewhere. I lost it. So it's running on battery power right now because I lost my battery eliminator.
Welcome to Frank's world.
I was gonna say, yeah. So I ordered another, and I forgot that I had lost that. So I ordered another one today. Of course, it won't be here till tomorrow. So I've got to deal with the battery on this thing all night tonight. But oh well, that's just how it is. All right. So real quick, you guys know that I turned 50 last year, right? Yeah. There we go. All right. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna Frank. It's you are in charge of the chat. I'm going to start in on this and see what kind of bumbling we can get through here. And I've got, I'm going to pull up these build instructions here. I forget which tab that I have that on. There it is right there. Okay, good. So, order that, get this. So here's the first page here. So, and again, this is the 5-band version because I emailed them. I said, do you have build instructions for the 7-band version? And somebody replied back and they gave me this link right here with all of this stuff down here. A lot of pictures, a lot of images, some PDF files, some how-tos and whatnot, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And someone said, yeah, did you find the step-by-step? And I'm like, no, I didn't. Where's the step-by-step? Well, the step-by-step instructions are actually for the 5-band. But I think it's pretty darn similar. Okay. And then what's his name? The guy, Barb, he replied, he's like, man, I'm sorry, I just got he's busy. It's cool. It's not this is an open source project, He's like, I haven't gotten a 7-band instruction put together. I'm sorry for that. And I'm like, no, don't worry about it. It's, I think I can get to it with this. I think he's working on that either way though. So we're going to see how we can do with this tonight.
And Chris, we did talk about the price point all total with the secondary board that you need for the LCD screen plus the additional board. You're looking around $100.
Yeah, about $100 for everything, something like that. So this board here, well, this kit with all the stuff that I just showed you is about $40 before shipping, and I think it's like $5 for shipping or something. And then the Mauser board's like $57, something like that. So
let's get to it.
Yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Let's see. All right. So the first thing in this shot right here is to let me turn that on. Switch and switch. That's better. So that I wish they wouldn't have used this red text on top of this green here because it's hard to read sometimes. But this says there's a switch over here. There's the T2-613 transformer here, the SMA connector down at the bottom, and then another connector over here and another switch there, power switch there. So there's 2 switches, which are right here. And then this is the barrel connector, and this is the SMA connector right there. So we're gonna start on that and see how far we get. So I'm sorry, yeah, this is the SMA connector. I gotta remember which screen I'm on. Switches and barrel connector, battery clip that goes on the bottom side. There we go. Okay, all you, Frank.
All right. The link for this again.
Did you get that? I put it in there. Did you see it?
You did it a while ago, and
I did.
I wasn't quite paying attention to your posts.
That's okay. Okay, so I'm going to put it in again. I'm going to put a link to the groups.io, and you can save that there, Frank. dxft8.groups.io, and that's where you can get all the information about who to email, how to order it, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I saved it off.
Okay.
Tip maintenance. Also,
yes.
A good safety note: when you're done today, Jason, please don't forget to turn off your soldering iron.
That's a good idea, Frank.
I'm not saying who, but someone on the stream left it on for a week.
Well, you know what? I mean, to each his own, I guess.
I walked in the room. I'm like, what smells like Bernie?
Oops. I got to get some higher powered glasses, I think. I got to stand back from it.
Okay. Once you're done, your camera just went no signal.
Oh, hold on. Okay. Is that dead? No. You know what? It's got a power saving feature that I turned off, but I don't think that power saving feature works on battery power. So, okay, tell me if that does that again.
We're good. We're good.
So you around next Friday for the happy hour, Frank?
This coming happy hour for Thanksgiving weekend?
No,
yes.
Thanksgiving's in November. This is Easter.
Oh, yeah, Easter.
I know what you mean, but it's a live stream, so I got to tease you, right?
Perfect. Yes, I'll be here.
Okay.
And I'm looking forward to it, and I'll probably be on my patio or deck.
You know what? It's possible that I will string the camera out there and do that same thing. It's possible. You know what? That is a good solder joint, if I do say so myself. Yeah. So everything else I do tonight that screws up, I'm going to be like, hey, I put the switch in right. So we'll see. All right.
Was there only 2 soldering joints you did there? Or you did all 4?
There was 5 pins.
5 pins, you got them?
5 pins.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah, 5 pins.
That's
3 little pins in the middle.
We couldn't count.
Oh, 3 little pins in the middle, and then 2 larger kind of slat pins on the side there. So, okay, let's we're gonna go back here, and this says a T2-613-1 transformer, and I don't know what that is. Oh, you know what? Okay, so that is already on here. That's something I noticed. So this is something either different about the 7-band, or maybe they just started putting it on here. I don't know. This little guy right here that I'm pointing to, this little white transformer, it's on these instructions. It says to solder that on, but this is already on here. So we can skip that part. And then the SMA connector. Ouch. The SMA connector here has 3 pins on the top and 2 pins on the bottom, and you can see right there, if you can see it, there's 3 little slats there and 2 slats there, so you have to solder it on both sides of the board. So that's going to happen next.
What's the frequency? Happy Halloween, by the way.
Oh, they got you there, Frank. Is the frequency in use? Okay.
Ed says you need a circuit board holder for you. On
You,
one hand, I don't like the holders. On the other hand, I want a holder.
I have one, the Helping Hands.
Yeah.
I have one, and I find that now I'm not an expert. Okay, I'm not an expert, and some of you guys who are more adept at this might not agree, but I find it to be a little bit more challenging to use than just sitting it on the table. See, this pad that I have down here, I don't care if I get stuff on it. So I don't find them to be all that beneficial. If you guys disagree with that, let me know in the chat.
Mm-hmm. Kevin, Happy New Year's to you.
You get Happy New Year's now, huh? That's good. Okay. Put some more on that one right there. I actually got an email from some Chinese company wanting to send me a set of Helping Hands. They're like, can you make a video on this? And I'm like, I could use it in a video.
Mm-hmm. Now it looks like we're doing the antenna port.
Yes, this is the SMA port. That's correct. Okay. All right. That's on there.
Paul does not like the extra hands.
Prep hand, Paul?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so next is... that's that there. Okay, this is a switch up top, and what is that on the middle there? Oh, that's that thing. Okay, so if you look at... okay, so what this picture here is showing me is that there's another switch that goes right here, and there's what they're calling a DC barrel connector, which is this guy right here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna change this camera, Frank.
Yep. And your other one
like
just went no signal.
Yeah. Okay. Camera issues galore. Okay. I tell you what, Frank, you take it for a minute. I'm gonna change this camera.
Okay. While Jason's changing the camera, I'm just gonna be hanging out with y'all. Many happy holidays to whatever ones is happening in this particular moment in time. Yeah, but more expos also coming up, Jason, and I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be packing coming up this week. I got to do my tent, and I'm making some beans. They're not going to be too outrageous. Toss me a link or show me where these helping hands or bolt holders are. Toss it to me on the Discord, and I'll get it out there, because I'm kind of looking into some of these. I want to get back into doing kits, and sometimes holding stuff down in the right place is really annoying. And I've tried the board clips and other stuff that it just getting it to hold it right takes more time than just trying to finagling it with just holding it on the table or with a pen or something.
You're talking about Helping Hands there?
Yeah, Helping Hands or some of the clips that came with some of the soldering irons. Like getting it right takes more time instead of like you're just putting a pen behind it and just
I agree.
rigging
I agree. I just put a pen, a writing pen underneath that to kind of hold it up there for a second, and I find that because now I've got all this space, I don't have to like tuck around it like that. I don't know.
I want to see what options are out there. So maybe there is a nicer one, maybe a newer one.
Possibly.
Yeah.
The one I got is just from Amazon. It's nothing special. It worked. I mean, it worked for what it is. It works. It's just I find that it's like an extra step you have to do, and I was like, just get rid of it, and you don't have to fool with it anymore.
Ken's like, I'm feeling like I'm watching a Holiday from the Holiday Inn.
Okay. So there's the DC connector right there. And I'll put the other switch in. So this switch here says, let's see. RF power select. So this is the switch. So this is the power select switch here. High and low, I guess. This switch here is the power off and on of the transceiver. So it's got two. I should know if this single pole, I should know that, but I took my ham radio test 30 years ago, and I don't remember. It's a two-way switch. It's either left or right. So let's see. Oop.
Yeah, Josh, man, welcome to the stream. He said he just got back from camping.
Which Josh?
Ham radio crash course.
Oh, I didn't see him in there. What's up, dude? So I saw you on 20 meter FT8 last night.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah, it was before his stream started too.
We were talking in the chat earlier. Some people are saying FT8's not fun, and it's just you pushing a button, and I kind of agree with them. On the other hand, it has its place. You know, when I'm out there and want to activate in a park, I find it more fun to do voice. When you're running FT8, you just click a button and wait a minute, and then, yay, I got a contact. However, if you're looking to do some DX, you know, FT8 is where it's at, especially on 20 meters. There's a lot of DX on there that it's hard to pull those voice contacts out. And then one of the place for me I really enjoyed is when we're just sitting around at camp at night, smoking a cigar and relaxing, and just click a button and we're still doing ham radio.
So I find that FT8 is fun in two different ways. Number one, if you go out, so I'm gonna talk about POTA here for more than anything else. Okay. So on POTA, I go out and I activate POTA and I get on sideband and I do 50, 100, 150 contacts, whatever. And unless I'm just trying to get activated and leave. But if I'm going to camp overnight, like we did in Big Bend National Park last week, I find that, I get tired of talking. And I'm like, but I want more contacts. So I get on FT8 and I start making FT8. I also like the fact that you go into your POTA log on POTA.app and you can see more activity than just sideband. So you can see sideband, digital, and CW. So you can see all of that, and it'll do, I like doing different modes that way. So that's my own personal preference. You guys, if you don't like that, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's kind of what I like about it.
I enjoy it at night, like you said, when I get tired of talking, or I'm around the campsite, a campfire, having fun with everyone, and I still want to play radio, but I don't want to be off by myself just saying CQ, CQ, CQ.
Right.
And, I get enjoyment out of that.
Agreed. All right, so here's something I was kind of tinkering with this a little bit before the stream, just kind of make sure I was not going to screw something up. So right here on the left of this picture is where now this is the bottom side of the board, which you can see right here. And right here where this circle is where you put the battery holder. And then these are where you put the these
14-pin soldering.
The 14-pin thing.
Now, which way to put the 14-pin?
I don't think that one matters. That one does not matter. But the battery does matter because it's marked on the board positive and negative. So this is the negative side, this is the positive side. And you have to look on the battery, and the battery is marked positive on this end right here. So it matters which way you put this holder. So it needs to go that way, not the other way, because to line up positive to positive, obviously. So, and this is a really tight fit. I was trying to get the pins turned a little bit, or just kind of bent a little bit before the stream started, but that was there it is. Okay.
Oh, nice.
So it just barely fits in there, but then it holds itself. So I'm just going to turn over and solder it because it's going to be easy.
While you're doing that, Ken Simpson said he did his first POTA activation today, 14 contacts, and learned a lot.
Good. Excellent.
congratulations on your first activation and being successful on your first activation.
Right.
Sometimes it doesn't happen on your first one, and you will always learn to keep seconds of everything on
Well, that's the
doing
truth
POTA.
of it. That's the truth of it right there.
Oh, thank
Okay,
you
good.
all. I see a bunch of links here in Discord with helping hands. Let me get those loaded.
All right. All right, we got that. It's good there. Now this one here, so if we go down here, so it says to put these one right here down at this part right here. It says 1 6-pin, 2 8-pins, and 1 10-pin Arduino style male headers cut from a 40-pin male header. That's what it says right there. And I'm always like, okay, which side goes where? I don't know. But if you look at this picture right here, it shows that the long pin and the header itself, the black part of the header, go on the bottom right here. So that's what that's showing me. So I'm going to solder mine on. I've got this one broken down. This one here, that's the right number. And then, yeah, I'm not sure. I think I might have gotten. There's enough for that one there. Oh no, that should be okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 on that one. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8 on that one. That was 9, I think. Yeah, it was one too many.
Mm-hmm. One too many. Uh-oh. That means
Yeah,
you got to pull one and put.
No, I think that they're they gave me more than I need. I believe I counted.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm okay.
Don, welcome to the chat.
Okay.
What's the frequency? Says we finally got the last confirmed contact and worked all bands, all states, and all 50 states on each band. Wow.
On POTA?
On POTA.
Nice.
I assume that's POTA because we're talking about POTA.
We were talking about POTA. That's correct.
That is awesome.
Uh-huh.
Don, Smoke Signals RF, welcome to the chat. He says, next Thanksgiving you can do FT8 during the holidays, and I laughed. I'm like, FT8, and also this is correct. I probably will be on the band's Saturday, because that's when we're doing our family get together, and I'm going to go hide where they start talking politics.
That's a good day. Yeah, family starts talking politics, go do FT8. There you go.
You know, my stepdad is a amateur radio. He has his license and a radio.
Yes.
So when they start doing that, I'm like, okay, and I sneak off and turn on the radio in his office and start working it.
There you go. There's nothing wrong with that. He's the one who. Why don't you plug his Morse Monkey real quick, Frank?
Right. Is that still on your shop?
It's on there somewhere, but I couldn't tell you where it is right now because everything's been moved around.
Okay. I will.
It'll be under like radios or kit. I might have a kit section. I don't know yet, but
that would be the perfect transition for something else.
Right.
I'm looking categories, antennas, bug out kits, solar, search, monkey. Monkey. Bam. Here it is. This is my stepdad's Morse Monkey, a kit that you can put together for $100 to learn CW.
CW.
I was about to call it amateur CW.
Well, it is. It is amateur CW. That's true.
Yep. It's a great kit to help you learn CW skills, and there's several different modes and practices to strengthen your skills. And plus, it is a fun kit to put together, and I've done it, and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
It is fun.
It's a good kit.
Then, since we're over here, these is magnetic helping hands. Sets like this, and what's the other one? Gonna come back to this one. I find it's harder and it takes more time to get these stupid clamps clamped correctly tightened up to hold the thing that you can solder it. The magnifying glass, okay. I kind of do like the magnifying glass. That does help. However, I think this is what Josh was showing on his stream. This is the circuit board holder. I think that's pretty cool. That does show some
I've
promise.
I've got that. If you're doing an act like this circuit board right here would probably be that'd probably be a good thing to be using right now. I just didn't feel like using it because again, it's really a preference of what you want to do. Do you want to if you find it more helpful to use that, then use it. If not, then don't, you know.
But most of these, I've used various types of them, and it just takes longer to get that clip hold correctly at the right position so you can solder it than it's really worth. I wish I want them because getting it right, placed right, is such a pain in the butt. These were much more easier to use. There was another one that had, was it the one camera again? I just closed. Jason,
I got you.
okay. This one my friend has, and it seemed to be a little easier because you can move the wire around and it holds in position. Which is nice. So the other ones you had to unbolt, bolt, clamp down, move over here, clamp down. Then when you release it, they move.
Yeah.
They move. Literally, they move when you let go. Come on now.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's a little bit crooked.
But this one is much nicer. That you don't have all the bolts for all the joints to lock it in place.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah. Maybe, but it's not in the budget yet. However, the circuit board, I'm going to consider that because I really do enjoy kits. I got another kit in the mail, and I'm going to be putting it together later this month. It is an antenna kit.
Good. Okay.
I really enjoyed doing those antenna kits. Now I'm almost with Mike, where I have so many end feds and other antennas that I need another bag or box to put these in.
I've got my car antenna that I took to the park when we were down there in Galveston last month, and I strung the wire out and I measured it. And it's that what's the one? What's the it's the 9-to-1 random wire. So they said I think it's like 41 feet is the main element, and like a 7 or 11 foot, I don't remember, counterpoise. So I measured all that out and put all that together, and it's ready to go. I didn't get a chance to actually use it, but when I get back out to that park, I'm gonna use that.
I just thought of something.
What's
I'm
that?
gonna clean up this window. Not Discord. Where's Zoom? Get rid of Zoom. If this board had a secondary component, so when you flip it over, because you're soldering on the top side, right? And when you flip it over, the component will fall out on the circuit board holder. If it had like a helping hand or something that you can turn over and just say, and then it holds the thing up, the capacitor up, the something, whatever you're soldering up, so you don't have to hold it. Oh, that'd be pretty cool. All right.
No, I agreed. Yeah. No, and it would work that way. It'd work just fine that way. Yeah. So we'll see, but I've got one. I just opted not to use it today for whatever reason. So let's see. Cut 2 off of that one. 2.
Jeff, when you clamp parts, be careful where you are clamping them. If the clamp is actually part of the solder or clamp, it will heat up. And
it's true. Also.
Yep.
That is a good point. Also.
Don says tape will do it. Yep. That I'm clicking on these to highlight. I'm like, but it's not my stream.
Oh yeah, no, that's okay. It's all right.
That's why you bend the wire. Yeah, you could do that too, but bending the wire to hold into place. But depending on what you're doing, like these 40 pins that Jason's soldering, there's no wire to bend. They're all straight wire.
Correct. It's not wire really. It's just pins.
No, a pin is a wire just cut shortly.
Technically. It's not stranded wire though.
Painter's tape, Ralph says. Yep, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you know, I've actually used that before. I've used painter's tape before. That is a good idea.
I don't know why my Discord's not Discording the sound to people sending me messages.
I don't know.
That's a little annoying. I'm about to reinstall this whole computer.
I'm about to do that on one of mine.
And just go fresh again. Maybe upgrade it all the way to 8 or 11, I mean. There's a couple of things that I find annoying. Chrome is acting up. I just thinking about starting fresh.
Yeah. Yep.
$10 super chat from Don, the N5SKT says, "Nice soldering job," and that's a compliment coming from him.
Coming from Don, that's really good. Thank you, Don. Yeah, I don't think it's all that not. I mean, it's in there. It hasn't fallen out, so you know that's good.
Well, if it was more, then he'll give you money for the
right
and the desoldering stuff.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So okay. All right. Here we go. So, okay, so the next one is, okay, so this is the disco, what they call the disco board, the audio interface board, which is the part that you get from DigiKey or Mauser. They didn't give a link for Mauser, but they did for DigiKey. And it has the Ethernet port on it right there. So this is the board that goes next, and then it tells you how to assemble the disco board, an RF board, and this is the RF board here. You know this is an RF board because it has the SMA port. It has RF coming out of it. So, and then it shows you how to assemble it there, kind of like that. It goes through that step.
What's with the wires? Is those additional things that you put on there, or the wires came like that?
No, in fact, it says the first step to do on this disco board is cut 30 millimeters, 1 1/4 inch, along 3 different colored flexible cables. Solder those cables to the audio out connector, IQ, and ground pins for the RF board. So basically just take some cable of your own and solder it on there. He's got yellow, black, and blue on his right here. So you have to do that. And then it kind of looks like that when it's done. Or, well, then you solder it to the other board when it's done, I guess. And it says SM on the bottom of it there. That's, where is that? See, I don't even see that on here. I'm not sure where that is. I'm going to have to figure that out. Oh, that's probably this little guy right here. It came with this guy. So there's a couple other pieces I haven't soldered on yet. These are all parts of that header. So anyway, yeah, it tells you how to do that and put all that together and there. And then it shows you kind of like it'll kind of look like that without the top on it. And then once you put the top, or well, the bottom, technically that's the bottom there. And then that's what it looks like with the SD card, antenna connector, all that kind of good stuff.
Bless you.
So that's about as far as I can get on this tonight.
All right.
I've got the 2 switches on it. I've got the audio out cable here, or the power out rather. Oh gosh.
Welcome
the
to
SMA
my
connector.
life.
Yeah, SMA connector, and the 4 pin connectors down here.
Nice.
So I've got to wait and get that other board that's in. But,
so a weekend project, probably.
Probably, you know, and I might do another live stream. Just, you know, got another live stream to spin up at this point in time. I've got like so next week is Easter. I'm probably not going to live stream on these. We're gonna Ham Radio Happy Hour on Friday. So you guys who have been on my happy hour in the past, if you are welcome to join us again. And I was going to send an email about that today, and I just ran out of time.
You're just out of focus, Jason.
I am?
Yep. You have a soft focus.
Yeah, okay, hold on. Yeah, I changed it to manual focus on purpose.
When you're doing that, Hennomics gave you a super chat. It may be Thanksgiving, but I hope it doesn't smell like burnt chicken tonight.
Right. Right. Totally. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, it's yeah. So happy hour next weekend. I'm not going to live stream on Easter. I'm going to take the night off, and then but that following weekend is the More Expo. So I might try to spin up something on Monday before the More Expo, and the group of us can get together and talk about the More Expo. Or heck, I might just do a live stream from the More Expo Wednesday night. We might just do that instead. But yeah. So next Sunday is WrestleMania. Aaron says, "Hey, there you go.
Sunday.
WrestleMania, awesome." But yeah. So that's where that is. Yeah, no live stream next Sunday. That's correct. But I am going to live stream from the More Expo, and I'll probably do it on my Overland channel. But I'll send an email out or a text message out to you guys so y'all can join us over there if that interests you.
It's gonna be fun.
If that interests you, yeah. So, my focus should be better now.
Nope, you're good.
Okay, good.
Yeah, they were talking about earlier. Yeah. It looks like when you were setting the manual focus, it focused on the mic. That puts you in the soft focus.
Oh yeah.
The Judge Judy focus.
Right, totally. Yeah.
But that's about it.
Planning on meeting you. Yeah, So chat, I will put links to all this in the description below. You guys can go check that out if you want to pick up one of these. Pretty nominally priced, pretty reasonably priced kit, and it doesn't look like it's going to be that difficult to put together.
$100 kit is not that bad.
No, yeah. I don't think so at all. So
good fun.
Good.
Prep and Paul says, got my new truck bed, tent, and hangers fan. So he's getting ready.
Good.
Getting ready.
Good.
To hanging out with Paul. I don't think he's hung out with us at night. He's gonna be in a.
He was at Winter Field Day.
He was at
Winter Field Day.
But I think he missed the first night of drinking. That's always the big one.
Yeah, I think so. Don, I have seen the ZBitX. Yes, I have the NES-BitX version 2 over there. I think he has the version 3 out now. That's the one that he came out with last year. I have seen the ZBitX, and honestly, it's probably one of those things that I'll probably just be forced to buy at Hamvention on 4 days in May, next month, because I'll see it and I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'm just going to buy that. So, and I think Josh built the QMX last night, which they announced a single sideband. He's been talking about that for like a year and a half. The single sideband is supposed to be added to that transceiver at some point. And I did not watch Josh's live stream last night. I was out, but I saw his notification come across my stream, and it says it's single sideband on the QMX. Let's build one. So I assume that went. I hope that went well for him last night. But yeah. So I have a QMX kit. And it's a lot more complicated than this one is. I'll just put it that way. One of these days, I might try to build it. I don't know. I'm kind of jealous of Mike because he just got them to build his, and it took him an extra few months, and then they sent it to him built, so he's already gone out and used it. But oh well, that's just how it is.
Mike built one?
No, he bought one and had them build it.
Oh,
yeah,
cheater.
Yeah,
but that's what you get for those Mac guys.
Yeah. Mike's good at building kits. He just didn't build that one for whatever reason. And I have the kit, and I've never built it, so I don't know, but whatever. It was a VOD premiere, and it went well. At least I think. Okay. Good.
Yeah, I don't want to build stuff live. I'm very slow building. I don't know why.
Well, see, and that's why I said up front, I was like, we're not going to finish this tonight. So it's not going to be finished, which is okay. I mean, I didn't have all the pieces to finish it anyway, but I wanted to, at least start it. And I'll probably, when I get that second board in, we'll probably do another live stream and start putting stuff together. I do have a live stream planned for the week after, 2 weeks from tonight, which will also be, I have a ham radio live stream, but it'll also be our next RV chat live stream as well. So we're going to do that night, but sometime in May, we'll probably finish this one up.
So you want to laugh?
Okay.
Well, I was looking over the comments, and I did a short on the This is the name of the video. First look at the Gigaparts POTA 3030 mast. mast.
3030.
Yeah, the Gigaparts POTA 3030 mast.
Okay.
And then one of the comments, what's this for? And a guy underneath it, ham radio communications, I guess, but who does that? A guy underneath that. Geez, this whole time I was thinking it was a fishing rod.
Yeah. I had mine set up like a fishing rod at Galveston. Last time I was there, and it was bent way over.
Yeah. I was like, it says it in the title, but show you shorts are not. No one's looking at the names.
No,
they're just swiping.
That's true. That's true. It's very true. But cool. Well, what do you got coming up, Frank?
Coming up, not this Monday, but next Monday, I'm going to be talking about the Arma Lock. I said that wrong. Armor Lock. Yaesu FT8 DX10.
Mm-hmm.
FT10D.
FTDX10.
I'm not like mathing right. Anyways, Yaesu FTDX10 cage. I installed it and I took it to a park and I utilized it and I threw it in the bag. And the full thoughts and reviews are going to come out on that. It's awesome. I love it. Then I'm going to be doing a build and talking about my new mast or satellite pack.
Right. Good.
So that's all coming up on the channel, and I'm thinking, and they're talking. I just wrapped up this month the Farm 2 launch, and I got all that done. The live stream, I just finished talking about the winners and kind of looking back and how we tried to get all the images. And Robert came on and shared the images he was able to download. His working from home was able to let him get out more and to capture the images than me, because I don't. Teeter.
Right. Well.
Hey, but it works. Sometimes it works out like that.
Sure.
Also going on in the amateur or ARIS Amateur Radio ISS, currently to April 16th, there is also new slow scan images being transmitted from the International Space Station.
Until the 16th?
Until the 16th.
On what band? On 20 meters?
From ISS, 2 meters.
Yeah. Oh, on 2 meters. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are 2 meter 440. I think it's they're on their 2 meter downlink, whatever their downlink frequency is.
Okay.
It's transmitting. So when the ISS is overhead, listen for it.
I was when we were at Big Bend last week, I was tuning up and down the 20 meter band, and there was some loud signals on 14.230 for SSTV.
Yeah.
But I didn't stop, and I was like, okay, I know what that is. I may come back to it later, but I was trying to find some POTA contacts, so I didn't.
If you just like tooting around, pull up your phone and go to that Robot 36 app and just lay it on the speaker. That's weather.
Well, you remember when we did that at Ray Roberts?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like,
bam.
Man, it's coming through great. Yeah.
Right there. Just sit there and throw it on top of the speaker and wait for the images to decode. Yeah. You don't have to have a computer.
Right. True. Okay, guys, thanks for joining us tonight. Oh yeah, I did work N8YO on Big Ben. He was on sideband, believe it or not.
Nice.
Came back to me on at Big Ben, and I got him in the logbook, so that was fun. But yes, so thanks for joining tonight. We will do a follow-up on this later as soon as I get the other pieces in. And it doesn't look like it's that complicated to put together. In fact, I think programming and firmware download may be the most complicated part. So we'll see. There's a little bit of information on that, but I've not read too deep into that yet. So we'll see what happens with that. But that's where we are on that. So 73 guys, thanks for being in the chat tonight. Thank you for all the great comments and the super chats, and we will definitely catch you guys this week. Put the Ham Radio Happy Hour on your calendar, 8 p.m. Central Time, which is going to be 0100 UTC on Saturday, this coming weekend. 0100 UTC Saturday morning.
What's this
for the
UTC times? Texas time. Texas time.
Know. Well, just people watch us from other places as well. So, but 73 guys, y'all have a good evening, and we'll catch you next time.